Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at William Hope Hodgson's 1905 short story called A Tropical Horror. It's in the horror genre, as you can tell from the name. Not for me, folks. It was published more than 100 years ago. I'll try to find it for you online and see if I can find it for you too. We're doing a deep dive into William Hope Hodgson's horror stuff that's in this collection, The Weird Tales of William Hope Hodgson. He was a prolific writer during his day, and this is the second short story that I've done by him. The first one was The Voice in the Night. But his horror stuff tends to be the stuff that is still read to this day because it evokes a very strong sense of stuff, and there's been some of a comeback in his stuff too among academia, which is pretty cool. And so you get a chance to read some of his stuff. I picked up a collection of his stuff when I was getting into Lovecraft and doing a deep dive into older horror about 15 years ago on Amazon, and I lost it when I didn't move. And so when I read it as part of a collection recently for The Voice in the Night, I was like, oh, I kind of really want to go back and read that again. So I picked up a second collection online. I'll link it to this collection online, as well as trying to find it for you for free so you don't have to buy it, just like I did with The Voice in the Night. So there you are. So let's, when he died, his death was in like the front pages of like all these newspapers and stuff. It was a big deal because he was such a beloved figure. But he's kind of lost to history, which is a key part of what this channel does, right? The channel's name is The Worst Thing About New Books. A quote by a French philosopher said that the worst thing about new books is that they kept us from reading the old books. Right, and so these classic writers that were popular during their days, heavily read and beloved, but have been forgotten by time. Well, that's sort of a key element of this channel, right? And doing a sort of a deeper dive into those sorts of things for you folks. So let's take a look at this 12-page short story, The Jungle Horror. Now, again, I try to keep my review spoiler-free, so I won't be spending too much time doing a synopsis and then doing my review thereof. It was fun. It was well written. I enjoyed it. It's set in a boat because he was a naval officer and served in the Navy for a while. So most of his horror short stories tend to be set in boats. These folks can see, and he is out at night with somebody who's also a person who's a pretty cool comrade on the boat that they serve on together, and he talks and he to our main point of view character about different stories and stuff, and he nods while they're smoking, but he's more of a quiet person. And then so the person that's talking, his friend, will see something and will pass out and fall down and hit himself in the head. And so he turns around in dread, and he sees this thing in water coming towards the ship. It's huge, it's massive, it's nasty, and it's very dark and grim. It's definitely a horror in the tropics. So that's kind of cool. And so you'll find it on like page 1, right? It's a fast out of pages. And then the rest of the like 10 pages after the first couple of pages of description, we'll go over what's happening, what's going to end up happening with the monster, right, and so forth, that they've come across, that's in the water-bound thing, and so forth. And so that'll flesh out the encounter much more after the 2 pages of finding out what's happening in the description and the setup. So there you are. That is the tropical horror. It's more than 100 pages long. 100 pages long. It's more than 100 years old for you folks. It's pretty cool. I like it. Again, it was well written. There's a reason why this stuff has survived. Anyway, so there's some cool stuff that's happening there with you folks. I'm giving this probably like a 7.5 sort out of 10. It's fun. It's earlier in his career. It's well written. It's fun. It's fast. It's well paced. You won't spend too much of your time thinking that it was not too long or too short. It's nice, and it's well written too. So there you are for you folks. That's the first short story in this collection. Now the next short story in this collection is The Voice in the Night, which I will not be reading for a third time and then reviewing it for a second time. That's weird. So I'll be knocking out the next 6-page short story and then doing a review of that one. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave it to you. Have you read this? If so, what did you think about it? If so, I'd be more than happy to talk with you about it in the comments below. Did you agree or disagree with my 7.5 out of 10? Let's talk about it. If you like this, why not hit that subscribe button. There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.